I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Tim Spiers, and Tim, I am emotionally and physically drained after that. 2-2 draw. Where do you start?
I'm exhausted. What a day! What a long day. I mean, it all kind of broke, beforehand when the news started with the Jorge Mendes was here and the Fossen chairman, Benfica president. It's been a whirlwind day. The team news, it was highly anticipated team news that we were waiting for, and then the game. I mean, 2-0 down after 20 minutes.
And dreadful, to be fair.
Absolutely shocking. Second to everything. They were laboured. They were sluggish at the back, making all kind of mistakes. They couldn't string two passes together. Half an hour gone, we're like, the balloon has burst.
Yeah, literally.
In the biggest way possible, and everything was so deflated.
I mean, you look down at Zenga, and Zenga's rubbing his head, going, "Whoa, is this a nightmare? What's happening?"
His arms are flailing all over the place. Probably like 100 or 2 fans that had gone.
Yeah.
Got down to the bar, and I didn't blame them. We wanted to be there as well. And then they got this lifeline from nowhere just before half time, and then second half. Started the stronger, made a couple of tactical tweaks which seemed to work well. Joe Mason came on, and then all of a sudden you get this red card out of nowhere. Completely sets them back again. Rotherham then pick up the momentum with a couple of chances, and then this unbelievable equaliser from the new cool hero, John Daddy Bodvarsson, from a great pass from Teixeira a minute after he comes on to make his debut.
I mean, things weren't going right, and to be fair, he's only had 5 days with the squad, and I think speaking to the fans after the game, he changed it. He didn't mess about. He didn't wait for 10-15 minutes. He changed it straight away. And I think that's what fans want to see. They want to see someone proactive, and that's exactly what he did, and they reap the rewards.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go into the pluses and minuses of Kenny Jackett and his Wolves reign, but one thing it wasn't was necessarily proactive tactically. Whereas today you had a system change quite early in the first half after 2-0 down, went from 4-3-3 to 4-4-1-1. And then after the red card, then he's brought Mason on at half time. After the red card, he's suddenly gone 3 at the back. 3-4-2 it was. We just spoke to him there, and he was talking about it, and he was saying, "Walter, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You've been here 5 days.
Yeah,
you've not played 3 at the back. It's not the best time to start it." So then he went to 4-3-2 at the back, brought Teixeira on, and as we said, they were playing a lot better with 10 men than they were with 11. But they were extremely compact. They still kept 2 up front despite being down to 10 men, with Teixeira just in behind.
Very true.
And they're very compact and tight and narrow at the back, and it really worked. It showed tactical flexibility from him, but also from the players, because they took his ideas on board. But most importantly, in 5 days, he's been saying all week he wants passion from the players. We spoke to Danny Bart on Thursday, so that's been the main message. Obviously, passion, team spirit, etc. And that's exactly what's come through in abundance. The fact they're cooking 2-0 down, 10 men. Fantastic.
And they needed some kind of that Italian passion. You saw them on the touchline, you saw them high-fiving, and they're really invested in this, and that's what you want, don't you?
Yeah, you can see the scenes at full time as well. Captain Danny Bart with his gaffer. Fantastic scenes. All the players congratulating each other. The fans going potty. You had Bodvarsson doing his Icelandic clapping as well. No, it's great. You can see there's a real togetherness, and they've needed that. Wolves have been kind of flailing, going nowhere, going down a cul-de-sac for about 6 months now. Directionless from the very top with the former Steve Morgan. Kenny kind of lost his way a bit as well. Issues with transfers, etc.
Yeah.
Really quite rudderless. So for him to come in and make these changes in just a short space of time. I mean, to be 2-0 down, 10 men, all the upheaval they've had these last few weeks, difficult place to come. Rotherham have got a new manager as well, a packed house here, a really boisterous home crowd behind them. To come back from that and get a point is a really fantastic result.
Teixeira, I mean, really big impact, to be fair. First game in English football, and he didn't disappoint, did he?
No, he didn't. Nice little floating roll behind the front two, some lovely touches, and then the ball for the equaliser as well. Perfectly timed ball for Bodvarsson. But no, he shows some very nice touches. Great awareness of space, great at finding space. Very, very promising debut, so we look forward to seeing how he does.
Now, things aren't completely rosy. It is a point. They did go 2-0 behind, and I'm sure that the management and the players know that, and then we'll need to improve. But I think that this team is going to improve with the bonding and with more time together.
Yeah, I think the Zenga approach of passion and work rate and desire will
get them so far.
Will get them so far, but it'll get them through what will be a topsy-turvy first few weeks.
Sure.
We're not expecting them to set the division on fire.
No.
So those kind of basics, those kind of attributes will get them through, and then you hope from then on that the quality and the new signings and then the tactical nous pushes them on from there, really. I mean, I guess that's the plan. But certainly the 2 new signings that we've seen, I mean, Helder Costa, very brief appearance at the end, but not to judge on, but the 2 signings we've seen today bode very well, if that's the kind of quality that they're bringing in. Bodvarsson in particular, even before his goal, I thought, I know he's 6'3", but he won a shed load of headers, some nice little kind of fancy flicks and interplay up front, and then his finish as well showed great strength throughout the game. Fantastic finish for the goal. So it bodes well, really, if this is the kind of quality of players that they're bringing in.
We knew that Bodvarsson was the fittest out of the lot, and he's the one who started today. Can we expect to see a few of the Portuguese players maybe start on Tuesday night against Crawley?
Well, Silvio wasn't in the squad today. You'd expect so against Crawley. I mean, with the greatest of respect, it's not the most important games. That I don't think.
Well, I'm saying he might just play the kids maybe and just forfeit that and go on and concentrate on the league.
Wolves' first team squad is pretty small.
Very thin, yeah.
As we know, very thin on the ground. So we can expect to see likes of Nathan Byrne, Connor Cody, Jack Price, who surprisingly didn't play today. Sylvain Deslandes. Yes, I think you're right. That's your question. Silvio and Helder Costa. I would expect to see them on Tuesday. There's no injury problems with either of them, so it's just about building up their fitness. And there's no better game to do it in, really, ahead of a busy August. I think there's up to 7 games this month if they're winning the League Cup.
Mr. Mendes, Benfica presidents and owners of Fosun. I mean, do we expect to see them at Molineux? Are they going to bed in for a couple of weeks here?
This is it, isn't it? This is. Well, we knew it was a new era, but this kind of really brings into sharp focus, the VIPs that Wolves are playing with here.
Yeah, they are the big boys. There's no messing about here. This is serious.
Absolutely, and I guess what today showed is that they've got a good foundation to be building on. We are expecting a lot of changes in the next 3 weeks alone, but then again in January, the whole makeup of this team will be changed. But there's a good foundation on which to build. I think certainly with the academy, we've been saying all along there's a decent 11 in there somewhere. With a bit of quality added to that, as we've seen today, then it can produce results.
New players, new hierarchy, new squad, new management, but these boys are always here behind us. They're the same people every week, and how good were they today? Incredible.
Those guys. No, it was fantastic. Atmosphere before the game. It's just a brilliant kind of opening day, And
it's great for them, isn't it? Because you didn't want them to go away deflated. They deserve this, and it was great for them. They've gone away, heads held high.
They had so much enthusiasm before the game, bringing the songs out. Walter Zeng's Barmy Army. A sunny day in Yorkshire, opening day, 2,500 here. You really felt for them when they went 2-0 down. Like I said, the bubble was well and truly burst. But yeah, there's some really joyous scenes at the end. I mean, they've been crying out for a performance like this for 6 months. I mean, Wolves haven't showed anything like this towards the end of Jackett's era.
Sure.
There's a real kind of lack of passion being shown by the players on the pitch. There was no kind of dramatic late comebacks in the second half of last season, was there? So they love this kind of stuff. They eat it up. A rabble-rousing comeback with 10 men, 2-0 to 2-2. It's the kind of stuff that fans get in the game for. It's the kind of thing that we all love the game for.
Exciting times ahead. We'll be with you at Crawley for all the post-match reaction on this one, and there's a lot of post-match reaction. Make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.